Hello, everybody, and welcome to Content Eventually, your one stop shop for all things movies, video games, and pop culture. Today we'll be talking about Street Fighter V. I'm your host, Scotty, and with me is Pete.
What's going on, guys? This review is going to be in the form of an interview. I'm going to be interviewing Scott. He's the fighting game expert here, so we're going to be hearing his take on the game and his thoughts. He
Yeah.
spent the most time with fighting games.
I'm definitely looking forward to talking about this game. I've been looking forward to it for a really long time. The game itself is fantastic, and we're just going to jump right into it, so let's get going here.
All right, so what's going to be coming up is, I believe, the main screen.
Yeah, the main menu.
Main screen.
Main
So
menu.
just walk us through the main screen.
All right, here it is right here. It's all pretty self-explanatory. You have your basic things. Some of the things that they changed in Street Fighter V was they added in a basic story which you can just play through, and each character has their own individual story mode, which is pretty cool. So you can sort of just delve into each character separately. There's a versus mode, pretty self-explanatory. Survival mode is pretty cool. You can mostly use it just to unlock different colors and stuff like that for your characters. I'm not sure if anything will be added later on. As you can see, the challenges as well as the shop is going to be available in March, which you can obviously get different skins and stuff like that with. Training, pretty self-explanatory. Battle settings, self-explanatory, kind of like a separate options. Capcom Fighters Network is actually pretty cool. What you can do in this is basically you can search up different rivals. So it's kind of an advanced friend search. So if there's someone that you're looking to play, you can search them up. Battle Lounge is essentially just a sort of hub type of system where you can sort of create a little lobby and players can join. In March, everything will be updated so that you can have more than two players, because for now it's just the host and then whoever is joining you. Ranked match, obviously you earn league points and you increase your global ranking. Casual match is just normal pickup games. So we're going to get into some fights right now. This is me and Pete fighting. So hopefully we'll keep you guys entertained throughout this. These are your different fighter profiles. It tracks your stats, everything as you play online. It's all pretty cool stuff. Definitely a lot more advanced than Street Fighter 4. Battle settings is pretty cool. You can change. You can choose your favorite character, favorite stage, your title, whatnot, and then from there, depending on which game mode you play online and whether or not the options are set that way, whoever you choose as your favorite character is who is immediately chosen for you. And if you're player one in that scenario, whatever your favorite stage is one that's picked also. So, for instance, you can pick Fang with the default skin, or whatever V comment you want, all that kind of stuff. So it's definitely increases personalization even more than 4 did, and it's all really cool stuff to check out.
Okay.
So we're definitely going to jump into some versus matches right now and show you guys what's up.
All right, so I guess the first question I would ask you is, did we need this game? What is this game earn its spot in the Street Fighter series?
It definitely has. It definitely has. Capcom's always been one to push the envelope with Street Fighter. There was a few decisions made that I sort of disagreed with as far as this game goes. I can get into that a little bit more later. But all in all, I did think we needed another Street Fighter. We needed another take on the competitive fighting community, another avenue to explore that. I mean, we're still playing Ultra Street Fighter 4 in tournaments and stuff like that. So I think as this game expands and as it grows, Capcom's making a lot of good choices as far as keeping it all contained within 5 within the next or over the next couple of years. So that's pretty good. That's pretty much going to be the default format or the default option. So I honestly think that it was a really good choice for them to come out with a new one. It was a stroke of genius on PlayStation's part on sort of helping to revive the series, I guess, because they really saved Capcom from the brink of bankruptcy with this game, and it really shows a lot as far as how they went about it. They really made some good choices there.
All right, so I guess overall, smart move. You know, it never hurts to have another fighting game out in the market.
Absolutely not.
Get some variety going. So I guess my second question would be fighting mechanics. What's new, and how does it fit into the overall gameplay?
Well, the two newest features I would say would be the V skill and the V trigger. Well, basically, what the V skill is sort of a unique ability that a specific character has. So as you can see, Ken over here, his specific V skill is that he gets to run forward. Amazingly useful for chaining combos together. If you look up some professional fights, it's all really good stuff. Let me see. Laura's actually, if you've seen that flip kick that she does, that's her V skill. So basically, you can sort of dash forward, dash back, and hit him with like sort of a sweeping roundhouse kick, very Abel-ish, like how Abel used to do in the fourth game.
Okay.
So it's all pretty cool. And then like I said, for every character, it's completely unique. And then V Trigger is sort of I guess a super mode that they can go into for a little while. That basically just gives them different buffs depending on who the character is, and like I said, they're all different for each character. And then as the V skill or the V trigger bar fills up, it's in sections. So what you can do with those different sections is you can do what's called a V reversal, which is essentially like a specialized counter. So mid block, you can essentially just counter a move and then open the guy up for a follow up attack.
All right. So it's a welcomed feature overall.
Me personally, yeah, I really like it. It's a lot. Personally like it more than the sort of charge focus attack from the fourth game. I mean, that one had a lot of strategy as to how you timed your moves, but this one is just a lot of interesting concepts overall, or a lot of interesting ways to go about it with the V trigger. And I honestly think it was a really good choice. You know, it fits the theming. You know, 5 and V, all that stuff. But all in all, I really enjoyed the idea behind it. It definitely adds a greater sense of uniqueness to each character. You go into each character more carefully and with more, I guess, personalization. You know, you get to you feel more connected to the character that you're playing with.
Okay. All right. So that's a new feature. Let's talk about new characters. What do you think the new ones bring to the table here?
Well, there's 4 new characters with Street Fighter V. I believe there's 4. There's Rashid, Nikali, Fang, and Laura. And those characters are pretty darn cool because Capcom was definitely going for the feel of versatility with their characters. They didn't want any 2 characters to feel too unique. And even characters that are completely identical, like Ryu and Ken, still have their own things about them that make them feel completely separate from each other. So the addition of the new characters is really cool. You have Rashid. We're playing as 2 new characters right now. Rashid, I'm playing. Pete's playing Nikali. Rashid is definitely a hard counter to the Shodoken characters, which is Ryu and Ken's fighting style. He's very fluid. He's very bouncy. He's very focused on projectiles and just a lot of dash attacks and stuff like that. Nikali is sort of like this primal, like warrior god deity. Like that's the character that he's supposed to be, and he's very savage. He's all about just getting the hits in and just brutalizing the opponent as fast as he can. He hits like a truck. He may not be able to swing too many elaborate combos together, but when he hits you hard. So
Okay. So moving past the gameplay and roster, people have complained about the lack of content within the game. Do you feel that will turn away most people, or do you feel like the game is good as is?
they definitely shipped an incomplete game. If I'm being totally honest, there's a lot of things about this game that they could have added. I don't understand why they didn't. For one thing, the servers were garbage when this game first came out. I bought it on Tuesday, played it an hour later, and I couldn't log in for about 2 solid hours just to get onto these servers. I could play offline and everything worked normally, but just to log onto the servers was a nightmare. And they uploaded the beta, or they started the beta at least 3 or 4 times. So that's the whole point of the beta, is to test the servers out and to see how strong it would be. Yeah, not everyone had access to it, but they should have been a little bit more prepared on that. Maybe there's just some details I don't know about, but as far as content goes, yeah, I think we could have had more access to the alternate costumes. I don't understand why we have to wait for a March update for the challenge mode in the shop. I mean, at least the shop we should have that initially, because we can buy a skin or another skin or this and that and the other. I mean, cool, yeah, we get to save up league points to go on a shopping spree when it does launch, but that's something that I'm assuming could have easily just been shipped to begin with.
Okay. So, excuse me. This game, Street Fighter V, where does it stand among the Killer Instincts and the Mortal Kombat X's, both games that have been received pretty well by the fighting community? Obviously, Street Fighter being the more technical, how is this game going to keep my attention if I were to go out and pick it up?
It definitely would. I think as far as the new Killer Instinct that launched, the Mortal Kombat X, it's definitely, hey, this is the Street Fighter of the next gen, and it's only a matter of time before we come out with Tekken and Soul Calibur, I'm assuming, and all this other stuff. But it's definitely gonna be here it's gonna be here to stay. I'm very happy that it's gonna be here to stay. There's a lot of stuff about this that I love more than the other Street Fighters. Not that I wouldn't play the other Street Fighters, but it's just a lot of fun, and it's really what we would want. I'm hoping, when the community agrees with that we would want from a Street Fighter. and I think it's going to last a really long time. There's already been plenty of competitive tournaments for it where we've had some really intense matches from some of the pros, and those are just always fun to watch. But I'm definitely looking forward to the future of this game. On top of that, there's a season pass coming out. We get 6 new characters.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, 6 new
So
characters.
that just expands even more on the
Yeah,
roster.
exactly. And what's cool is that all of that content is going to be available to unlock in game. So it's not like you're going to have to buy something and wait for it to download. You can just, okay, cool. I unlocked Alex, or I unlocked Guile, or Balrog, or Jury, which is some of the characters that are coming out. And they're also doing a good job of bringing back some of the classic characters. Like we have Mika. We haven't seen Mika, in quite a long time, as well as Birdie and others like that. Alex, like I said, is coming back. We brought Nash back, thank God. I was really looking forward to seeing him again. Guile's not an old character, but he's coming back. Urian is one of the older ones, and he's coming back too. A lot of good mistakes, or a lot of good mistakes. A lot of good choices were made. But I'm very, very happy that my girl Jury's coming back. Definitely looking forward to playing as her again. Interested to see what her V skill and her V trigger is going to be. So, all in all, the future's looking very, very good for Street Fighter V.
All right, so we're just about out of time, but again, should I go buy this or should I save my money?
If you are looking for a fighting game that will keep your attention and that you're willing to devote time and energy to get good at, absolutely. It's definitely worth the $60 price. It handles like a dream. It's visually astounding. I've yet to see a fighting game look this good, other than maybe Mortal Kombat, but even then, just visually it's awesome. I would say, look, if you're a fan of fighting games, pick it up. If you're not, become one and learn this game, because it's definitely going to be here for a while, and it's a whole lot of fun to learn, and it's definitely worth your time.
All right, so I guess that pretty much sums it up. I guess the more casual players. I know for myself, I don't normally go towards Street Fighter because I just get destroyed every single time. So, I'm excited for this game. That pretty much wraps up what we have to say about Street Fighter.
All right, cool.
All right, so
Well, we appreciate you guys' time and listening to us. We hope that we were able to entertain you a little bit and sway you towards picking this game up. I'm Scotty, and this is Pete.
all right, and
This is Content Eventually signing off.
all right, see you guys.